It was a tough Sunday at the bank.
Might be a free play. Throwing toward the end zone. This ball is going to be picked off by the Falcons at the 1-yard line.
Another loss, and questions need to be answered.
There's no stubbornness. It's just we're all figuring this thing out, and we should have it figured out by now.
The defense did make some big plays.
Dropping again is Ryan, looking, fires. This ball is going to be picked off by Tyson Campbell.
But the offense needs a lot of work.
Our defense 2 times has put us in a situation to go win the game and haven't been able to do it.
Next, a date in Hollywood with one of the NFL's most talented teams.
Stafford hitches, lets it go over the top left, looking for OBJ. He's got it at the 20. He's going to go in for a touchdown.
We break it all down right now on Jaguars All Access.
Live from your official station of the Jacksonville Jaguars, this is Jaguars All Access. Brought to you by Fields Auto Group. Fields matters because you matter.
Let's go! There we go. There we go. Ah! Hey, stay together, y'all. Stay together. Stay together.
Well, stay together. That's a big theme right now for the Jacksonville Jaguars. 2-9. Things are not going well. Continue to play hard. Try to scratch out some wins. Every win seems to matter around here. Can the Jags do that over the final 6 games? Welcome, everybody, to String Sports Brewery, live here on Fox 30. We do it every Thursday night. Welcome to the holiday season. Happy December. The football hasn't been as good as we enter December. Someday, though, it will as they try to turn this thing around here in Jacksonville. And a different guest on the show tonight. How about Kevin Hardy, Jags linebacker? You know him well, Jags fans, from 96 to 01. 2nd overall pick, lived up to the hype. 36 career sacks in the NFL. And how about that 1999 season? It was a special one for the Jags and for Kevin, first team All-Pro. Oh, we say hello to Kevin Hardy right now. I'm Brent Martineau, Jaguars All Access, presented by Fields Auto Group, and thanks for coming on the show, man.
Hey, I appreciate being here. I'm watching that, and that brought back some memories.
That 99 year was a lot of fun. We're going to get back to that around here.
That's what we need. I know a lot of the fans are looking forward to that. That was a magical year, and hopefully it won't be too long before we can return to that glory.
I'll give everybody an update on what you're doing now. I mean, you obviously have stayed in town for a long time. I think people run into you from time to time. We like seeing the former Jags around, and we appreciate you taking some time out tonight.
There's a lot of guys, that I played with and that played here, that stayed here in Jacksonville, and I think it's a testament to the community and this area. I mean, guys really enjoy it. I've been here ever since, and right now I'm coaching some football, high school football over Atlantic Coast, the Stingrays, go Stingrays.
Yeah.
But just doing that and having fun doing it.
We're going to talk more about that in just a little bit. You mentioned right before you got on here, you're like 2-9. That's tough, right, as a player. It's hard to be 2-9, but still battling. This team's still playing hard, though.
It definitely is. When you're having a season like this, it's really tough. I mean, because you got everybody, there's so much negativity going around. And so for those guys in that locker room, they just have to stay together. You heard that early on. Those guys in that locker room, the coaching staff, the players, they got to just keep fighting. I mean, that's the only thing they can do right now is stay together, and eventually this thing will turn.
All right, let's get after it. Baptist Health game-changing moments is what we do here on Jaguars All Access. And Kevin Hardy, you know this guy, Tyson Campbell. He is growing up in front of our eyes, comes away with a big interception the other day against Atlanta. Tell everybody how you know him.
I know him because I introduced him back in what was that, March or May or April for the draft coming out of Georgia. So I had a bond with him right from the beginning.
Yeah, it's really good to see the talent starting to show up and the growth for Tyson Campbell. Game-changing moments brought to you by Baptist Health continue right now here on Jaguars All Access. And Trevor finally got a touchdown. Had been since Halloween since he threw a touchdown. And this one's a beauty and a nice catch by Tavon Austin.
That really was nice to see, and it was definitely necessary. I know he was really waiting to have that to happen, and what a throw, what a catch.
Yeah, that shows you the arm talent and the talent for Trevor. We got to hold on to moments like that. Just need more of them here in Jacksonville. Baptist Health game-changing moments continue. And here's the deal. All week we've been breaking down like 4 different plays that cost the Jaguars points. There was supposed to be a field goal which would give Atlanta 17. Well, instead it was a leverage penalty. Next play they score a touchdown. That's 4 points. There was a scoring opportunity. Trevor threw an interception. That could have been 3 points. There's a dropped touchdown catch potentially turned into a field goal. That could have been 4 points. When you're struggling, you can't leave those kind of opportunities on the board.
You definitely can't. And that goes to what Urban was saying about, this late in the season, about cleaning things up. Because with those kind of mistakes, this is professional football. I mean, this is stuff that I see Friday night over Atlantic Coast.
That's true.
This stuff can't be happening. And when it does, that's why, you're sitting at 2-9.
Yeah, absolutely. Brent, Martineau, Kevin Hardy, Jaguars All Access, presented by Fields Auto Group. And you just kind of segued. You're very good at this. You just segued right into what we want to talk about. And it's the offense right now that can't get going. The defense has actually maybe even outperformed some people's expectations the last month. But the offense is making mistakes that when you get to December, I think at least watching this from afar, it's kind of surprising they're making lining up mistakes. They're the most penalized team on offense in the NFL. That's why they're having trouble scoring points, right?
Yeah, and I think back to my day, it all starts in training camp, and I think training camp is a big part of, what's going on right now in this part in the season. I'm not saying that they had a bad training camp, but from what I hear, it's just the work, the concentration, those type of things, you really get that established in training camp, and that takes you all through the year. It's December. You can't be having these type of mistakes because, like I said, when you do, this is the kind of season that you're going to have.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk more about the offense right now. What is the offensive identity of this football team? James Robinson has been in and out of the lineup. He's been banged up, had a good performance last week. Trevor Lawrence is the future of this offense. They started to go up tempo, do some more of the college things, but it seems like it's taken a long time to develop the offensive identity. As a defender, if you get those first downs and you get some tempo going, it makes it challenging for the defense, doesn't it?
Well, that's what they're trying to find right now is that identity. And unfortunately, James Robinson was nicked up with the injury, made it hard for him to run the football. Trevor hasn't been able to get a lot of continuity with receivers with all the injuries that's been going on there. And when you're not able to work with your guys and keep the same guys on the field, it's tough to to really get it together. And so hopefully, they can get it established. That running game is going to be important this week against the Rams if they're going to have some success.
Absolutely. Let's hear what they had to say inside Jags headquarters about the offensive identity.
This thing has evolved as we've gone on, and you find out what you're good at, the guys you have, what puts you in the best situation. I think that is something that helps us. There's some areas we still got to improve, obviously, and put some more points on the board, but I feel like we're taking steps in the right direction.
I actually talked to some of the leaders today about the vision of the offense. I thought last week was kind of what it was. It's we're running the ball. I think we're 13th in the league in rush offense, and that's even when we abandon the run at times we get behind.
Well, because of the offensive struggles and the losses at 2-9, I don't feel like we're celebrating the defense enough. This is your territory right here, man. Joe Cullen's defensive scheme is giving this defense some opportunities. They've settled in. They haven't started fast in games, but over the last month, this defense is improving. Do you like the scheme? It's the Ravens scheme. You blitz a bunch. It can be a lot of fun as a player to play in, right, if you execute.
That's what you want to see. You want to see improvement, but they really, really have to get some consistency. Because if you look back, the best performance that they had this year, I think, was against Buffalo.
Yeah, absolutely.
When they created 3 turnovers, they held the rushing attack to under 100 yards, and they held Josh Allen in check. And so they just need to get that consistency to try to play with that same type of fire, that same type of enthusiasm, and if they're able to get that done, then I think things will turn around.
One of the staples of this defense in Joe Cullen, you want to stop the run. But you play an LA Rams team that really is dangerous with the pass. You got Matthew Stafford who can really sling it. Although 3 straight games now, they're struggling. 3 straight games with pick sixes for Matthew Stafford. But you think about this game on Sunday and the Rams' talent, it feels like the passing attack is what's dangerous about them, doesn't it?
It really is. And like you said, I mean, with 3 interceptions in the last 3 games, that shows you we got to get some pressure on them. I mean, and playing man-to-man, obviously they got a lot of weapons. Cooper Kupp, Jefferson is going to be tough. So I'm not sure what kind of schemes we're going to do. We're going to do more man. We're going to do more zone. I think, we play more zone, get some zone blitzing. I think we can have some success.
Well, if you like to see good talent and good defenses, the Rams are certainly someone to watch. Now, they're not playing up to their talent. They have Aaron Donald. They obviously have a guy we're familiar with around here in Jalen Ramsey. They have people at every level that are really superstar type of names. Are you surprised they're struggling right now over the last few weeks? If you look at the points, the Jags in the last 3 games have given up less than the LA Rams.
You know what? I'm really not, because when you look at that defense, you look at all the guys, all the names that you named. This is not a knock on them directly, but they're not a real physical defense, not a real physical football team. And I think that, that's going to be a key for Jacksonville. If we can go out and be physical, run the football, because with that type of defense, with all those pass rushers and those guys on the back end, they want to make the game into a passing game. They want you to pass the ball because that's their forte. They can get after the quarterback and cause turnovers. But if we're able to be physical, I think that's what, you look at the Green Bay game. They ran out, they ran the football, they were physical out there in Lambeau. We need to duplicate that with Robinson and the guys on Sunday. We got some success.
Yeah, San Francisco did the same thing, really punched them in the mouth. This is good game potentially for the Jaguars offensive line to go kind of force their will on the LA Rams, even though they've got big names on that side of the ball. All right, we got to take a break here at String Sports Brewery. Jaguars All Access presented by Fields Auto Group. Just getting going here with Kevin Hardy. When we come back, Jeff Lageman takes us into the film room. We wouldn't do a show without Jeff. We'll hear from Logs when we come back. Live from String Sports Brewery. Jags going to the West Coast this weekend to take on the Rams. We are live on Fox 30 here in Springfield.
Jaguars All Access is brought to you by Fields Auto Group, including Land Rover Jacksonville. Step up to luxury at fieldsauto.com. Baptist Health, changing healthcare for good. Fanatics, officially licensed everything. And TIAA Bank, created to serve, built to perform.
Got to take care of the ball. That's the number one thing. Whoever carries that thing's got to take care of the ball.
That's Urban Meyer on the run game. Listen, the Jaguars are very good at running the football. They just don't run the football enough because they're not in the lead. They're too far behind. So if they can keep it a close game or get off to a fast start, well, then you'll see more James Robinson, Carlos Hyde, and Trevor Lawrence starting to run the football a little bit as well and use those legs. Welcome back, everybody. String Sports Brewery here in Springfield. Each and every Thursday, Jaguars All Access. Oh, what's the pour right there? That's the Red Caps, the Red Ale being poured out. Number 4 up here on the board at Strings. That's for you a little later on, Kevin Hardy. That one's for you. We'll save that one for you. Brent Martineau along with Kevin Hardy, former Jags linebacker, of course, here on Jaguars All Access presented by Fields Auto Group. 36 career sacks. When people start throwing around numbers, if I were to say like 34 and I see you on the street, no, that was 36. You know your numbers well?
I think it's actually 36 and a half.
There we go. See, so you know the numbers well. How many interceptions?
That's only 5.
5.
Oh, yeah, 5.
Fumble recoveries, I think I saw 9. Did I see 9?
I'm not sure about that one, but 1 for a touchdown.
All right, there we go. Jags fans, they know all about Kevin Hardy and his career, of course. Hey, Jeff Lageman not with us tonight, but he's still here on Jaguars All Access. He takes us into the Baptist Health film room right now.
Dropping again is Ryan. Fires. This ball is going to be picked off by Tyson Campbell.
Welcome into the football lab, and Tyson Campbell got his first career interception in the soft spot of cover 2. Well, what is the soft spot? The cover 2 defense that the Jaguars were playing on that particular play is a 5 underneath, 2 deep safety. Each safety has a deep half of the field. And the soft spot exists between the outside zone player on the shallow area and the deep safety. So right in here, and then on the other side, also right in here. And the Atlanta Falcons had a great route concept designed to attack an expected cover 2. So on this side, Tyson Campbell is jamming the wide receiver. The wide receiver runs up and then chokes it down into a short position. They want Tyson Campbell to stay on him in the shallow zone because they're trying to sneak Kyle Pitts, the tight end, into this, remember the soft spot that I talked about, right in here. But because Tyson gets a great jam on the wide receiver and then can get his eyes back to the quarterback, Matt Ryan, he sees the ball coming. And then he breaks from his shallow route back into this soft spot. So great reaction, covered the weakness, the soft spot, and Tyson Campbell gets his first career interception. Let's jump into the film and take a look. Focus in on Tyson Campbell. Remember I talked about the jam? There's the jam on the wide receiver. And then his eyes go back immediately to Matt Ryan. And Matt Ryan is a little under duress, and so he's wanting to get rid of this ball quickly. But look at the reaction Tyson Campbell has and the closing speed. He knows that he's got to help cover for that soft spot because the safety can't make a play. excellent reaction, excellent diagnosis, and a great play by Tyson Campbell to get his first career interception. Congratulations, Tyson.
That's really good stuff right there by Jeff and by Tyson Campbell. And again, Kevin Hardy announced him second-round pick, 33rd overall out of Georgia. So there's a little attachment there. You need that guy to play well.
Yeah, exactly. We needed to play well.
By the way, almost had another pick six and then had a big pass breakup on third down late in the game. So really coming to life a bit. Watch out for number 32 this weekend against the Rams. When we come back, watch the feet around the league, because My Cause, My Cleats, really a neat program the NFL allows the players to participate in, to use their platform for a good cause. More on that when we come back here live from String Sports Brewery here in December, live on Fox 30, Jaguars All Access, presented by Fields Auto Group.
Live from your official station of the Jacksonville Jaguars, this is Jaguars All Access. Brought to you by Fields Auto Group. Fields matters because you matter.
A good cause. I mean, there's a bunch of different cleats here with a bunch of different great organizations. So I think it's great to, as an individual, being able to support something.
This is really cool. My Cause, My Cleats, a few years old now in the NFL. Players get to use the platform for good causes. More on Jaguars.com, and also more this weekend on CBS 47's Countdown to Kickoff at 11:30 from Los Angeles. We welcome you back to String Sports Brewery here on a Thursday night. Each and every Thursday night, Jaguars All Access presented by Fields Auto Group. Hey, there's your kid, Kevin Hardy.
There's Cam Hardy, Taylor Oxen Rider.
Yeah, there he is. We'll talk more about your kids coming up in just a little bit. Brent, Martineau, Kevin Hardy, Jaguars All Access presented by Fields Auto Group. By the way, you couldn't do that before My Cause, My Cleats. You get fined for that probably, right?
I'm telling you, and those things were really cool. I mean, I would have loved to have been able to wear those kind of cleats back in my day.
I love the initiative the NFL has done with that. Let's talk about a couple of stars for the Rams. And, I mean, Jalen Ramsey obviously is out there. He's one of the best corners in the league. But the best player in the NFL on defense year after year has been, at least in the conversation, Aaron Donald. What makes this guy so good?
You know what? When you look at the size, you just don't understand the power that he has, and that's what it really is. I mean, he's undersized in terms of he's able to be quick. He has a lot of quickness, but it's that strength, it's that power that he possesses that just really overwhelms guys. Because you see him take that sidestep and that Reggie White hump move. I mean, that thing is so powerful. But he is a great player.
And let's be honest. I mean, there's a little body fat usually on a defensive lineman, not on this guy.
Exactly, and that's what I mean. I mean, he's a lean guy, and it's got to be, it's got to catch people off guard. And it's crazy to say off guard, because you notice Aaron Donald. But when you look at him, you got to think that I can get this guy blocked. But that power, that strength, it just overwhelms you.
And Matthew Stafford, one of the best arms, of course, in the league. Hey, it's time for our Fanatics fan questions here on Jaguars All Access. And, well, let's ask Kevin this. It comes from the table, Moose's table way in the back there. They were asking, you had 36.5 career sacks.
There you go.
Do you have a favorite sack or a favorite quarterback to sack?
One of my favorite sacks was 99 against Steve Young.
Oh, yeah.
And I say Steve Young because, I had a chance to play against some of the great quarterbacks. And to be able to sack a legend, a Hall of Famer, was really sweet, especially in that game, too, because it's the 49ers. I think it was the first game of the season. So we got a big win, and it got the season kicked off in the right way.
That's the one you sit on the front porch with your kids or grandkids and tell them, I got that guy.
I got a great picture of it, too.
Yeah, that's good, too. Hey, when we come back, we'll get some of the headlines going for this trip out west for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jags go to play the Rams, Jadon Mickens included. Can they get them involved on offense? We talk more about the Jags-Rams coming up live from String Sports Brewery right after this here live on Fox 30.
Live from your official station of the Jacksonville Jaguars, this is Jaguars All Access. Brought to you by Fields Auto Group. Fields matters because you matter.
All right, G-Series Prime headlines. Got to watch the defensive injuries. Shaq Griffin not with us tonight. Concussion protocol still. So keep an eye on the Jags. Miles Jack still nursing some injuries, but he's been able to go. Jadon Mickens going back to California. So is Miles Jack. And the Rams are just not playing well. Jalen Ramsey might be mad on the sideline if they don't get a win soon. And hopefully he stays mad on the sideline this Sunday as the Jaguars go out to L.A. Welcome back, everybody, to String Sports Brewery. Jaguars All Access presented by Fields Auto Group. Brent Martineau, Kevin Hart, you might be pretty good at this TV thing. Thanks for coming along.
It brings back memories from way back in '99.
Yeah, there we go. Well, it's excellent. Great to have you here. And you have some of your family here as well. We'll talk about your oldest son in a moment, but you're a coach at Atlantic Coast High School.
Yeah.
Your son, Camden, is a player at Atlantic Coast High School. What's that like, coaching your son?
It's really fun. I mean, he just finished up his sophomore year. Here he is right here. That's a move that I taught him.
Only if it worked.
Yeah, only if it works, right? No, but it's really fun, to be able to be on the field and coach my son in a game that's done so much for me in my life and for my family, and help him or teach him how to continue on the legacy.
All right, and Langston's at UConn. Is he doing well? Does he like it there?
He does. Yeah, UConn, unfortunately, they had a season kind of like the Jags, but he redshirted, and we'll look for him in the coming years.
All right. Well, maybe we'll see you on a sideline coaching the NFL someday. Kevin Hardy, thanks, man. Happy holidays to you. And you too. We've still got a few weeks until that time, but we'll see you Sunday from LA, everybody. Thanks for watching Jaguars All Access.
From your official station of the Jacksonville Jaguars, thanks for watching Jaguars All Access. Brought to you by Fields Auto Group. Fields matters because you matter.